Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm beyond excited to share something that feels straight out of a sci-fi movie, an AI that writes and even evolves its own code. It's called AlphaEvolve, and it's one of the most fascinating developments I've seen in the world of autonomous AI agents. So, what exactly is AlphaEvolve? In simple terms, AlphaEvolve is an AI-powered coding agent that uses large language models and evolutionary algorithms to generate, test, and improve its own code over multiple generations. Think of it like having a developer that never sleeps, keeps testing new ideas, and automatically picks the best one over and over again. Now, before we dive into a live demo, let me explain the magic under the hood. AlphaEvolve combines two big concepts. First, it uses a generative LLM similar to GPT-4 or Gemini to draft the initial code for a given task. It uses an evolutionary computation layer to breed and refine different versions of that code. Each version gets tested against performance benchmarks, and only the strongest survive. This cycle repeats until the AI finds the most efficient solution. This approach is inspired by how nature evolves species only here. The goal is optimal algorithms instead of optimal organisms. Alright, enough theory, let's get practical. I'm going to show you how AlphaEvolve handles a simple but challenging coding problem, sorting a large dataset as quickly and efficiently as possible. Step 1. I give AlphaEvolve a high-level goal. Write a function that sorts a list of 1 million integers faster than Python's built-in sort. AlphaEvolve starts by generating a few candidate algorithms, maybe a quick sort, merge sort, and a hybrid variant. Next, it runs each version through a test dataset and records the runtime, memory usage, and any errors. But here's where it gets really interesting. AlphaEvolve then tweaks the best performing candidates, maybe adjusting the pivot strategy in quick sort or trying a different threshold for switching to insertion sort. It does this over multiple generations, gradually improving the solution. In my quick test earlier, it found implementation that beats Python's default sort by about 10% on random large datasets. Not bad for something that coded itself. Now, let's talk about real-world implications. Right now, AlphaEvolve is best suited for well-defined tasks where you can clearly measure performance, things like optimizing algorithms, finding edge cases, or improving existing code bases. For example, a dev team could feed AlphaEvolve an old legacy function that's running slow and let it try to find a faster or more memory-efficient version. Or it could generate boilerplate code for APIs, database queries, or data processing pipelines. Of course, there are some big caveats. AlphaEvolve is only as good as the benchmarks you give it. If your tests are flawed or incomplete, you could end up with code that cheats the benchmarks but fails in production. So you still need a human in the loop to write good test cases and review the results. Another thing, ability. The AI might produce highly efficient but very unreadable code. If you're in a regulated industry or working on safety critical systems, that could be a deal breaker. So is AlphaEvolve the future of programming? In my opinion, it's a glimpse of what's to come. We're moving toward a world where AI agents will handle more and more of the grunt work in coding, from generating repetitive boilerplate to stress testing edge cases we'd never think of. This doesn't mean human developers are obsolete. It means we'll shift our focus to defining clear goals, writing smart tests, and supervising AI agents to keep them on track. All right, let's wrap this up. Today, we unboxed AlphaEvolve, an AI that writes and evolves its own code through generative and evolutionary techniques. We saw a real-world example of how it optimizes a sorting algorithm and discussed what it means for the future of software development. So, what do you think? Would you trust an AI like AlphaEvolve to touch your production code? Or do you think we're still years away from fully autonomous coding agents? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your take on this. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more cutting-edge AI tool reviews, and share this with a friend who loves staying ahead of the curve. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.